There's a quiet, unspoken ritual in many homes, passed down through generations like a secret spell whispered over the dinner table. Place a clove of garlic in the corner of a room or under your pillow and let it work. Not to flavor, not to nourish, but to cleanse, to guard, to absorb the things you cannot see but somehow still feel. In some parts of the world, especially across Asia, Latin America, and the Mediterranean, this act isn't questioned, it's instinctive. When a mood in a house turns heavy, when arguments linger like smoke, or when someone suffers from sleepless nights, garlic is brought in, not just as food, but as a silent protector. People say it draws out the bad energy, the jealous stares, the restless spirits. It becomes a sponge for sorrow, a magnet for misfortune, soaking it in and asking nothing in return. To skeptics, this sounds like superstition, a charming old wives' tale with no scientific ground to stand on. And yes, garlic is not a metaphysical vacuum. It cannot measure or capture energy in the way a machine reads temperature or humidity. But that's not the whole story. Because while garlic may not literally absorb negativity in a measurable laboratory sense, it absolutely alters the space it occupies. Its scent is unmistakable, bold, intrusive, alive. When you enter a room where garlic sits raw and exposed, you feel it. It hits your nose, your nerves. It signals that something potent is nearby. In cultures that speak more through feeling than formulas, this shift matters. The garlic changes the air, and in doing so, it changes you. From a scientific perspective, garlic releases sulfur compounds, particularly allicin, when it is cut or crushed. These compounds do have real, measurable effects on the air. They can act as natural fumigants, reducing bacterial activity in the immediate environment. That's not just folk wisdom, it's chemistry. The smell, while strong, is not just scent, it's molecules at work. They interact with the air, with your lungs, with your brain. Some studies suggest that certain scents, especially those with pungent sulfur profiles, can trigger physical responses, increased alertness, stimulation of memory, or even a subtle lift in mood. So while garlic might not be sucking spirits out of corners, it's doing something powerful. It's shifting the space around you in ways that feel meaningful and real. There's also the psychological element, the impact of ritual. When someone places garlic in a room, it's not done casually. It's done with intention. And intention has weight. It transforms an ordinary act into a declaration. This space is mine. I am cleansing it. That intention itself can shift energy, not through magic, but through mindset. A room you've claimed and charged with protection often feels safer. And if you sleep with garlic under your pillow because your grandmother told you it would chase nightmares away, and you sleep better, is it superstition, or is it wisdom that science has yet to fully understand? We often look for miracles in sterile packages, pills, machines, formulas. But what if the miracle is simpler? What if the most ordinary things, like a clove of garlic, carry a kind of quiet magic? A type of strength we've forgotten how to name. Garlic isn't glamorous. It doesn't whisper. It declares. Its scent is loud, its presence bold. And maybe that's exactly why it works. Negative energy, whatever we choose to call it, tension, sadness, fear, anxiety, thrives in silence, in darkness, in stillness. Garlic disrupts that. It burns through the air. It takes up space. It doesn't allow for subtlety. And sometimes, that's exactly what healing requires. So can garlic absorb negative energy? Maybe not in the way we define scientifically, but in the way humans have always known deep in their bones, that some things change us, protect us, hold us quietly together. Yes, it does something. It may not be measurable, but it is felt. And in moments of uncertainty, that feeling might be more important than any proof. Garlic reminds us that protection doesn't always come from grand gestures. Sometimes it sits in the corner of the room, glowing softly with power, asking for nothing but a little faith. And sometimes that's all we need to find our balance again.